Alright. Hello, my name is Caleb Staff. This is speech number 2 for online speeching class. You may be curious why I'm wearing this crazy shirt, my hat, and these lures. So today I'm going to teach you about fly fishing and the basics behind it. First, we're going to teach you what is fly fishing, how we're going to cast this weightless lure. Then I'm going to teach you about the fly rod, what does it do, how does it work, and then we're going to teach you how to cast so we can all get out there and go catch some fish. So let's get started. Basically, let's start at the fly and what a fly is. Fly goes at the end of the line of your lure, and that's what the fish bites, or we want it to bite. So basically, a fly is this hand-tied lure. It kind of looks this way over our lures. It's a hand-tied lure that almost weighs nothing, has a bunch of material like horsehair, some other stuff. This is the most common fly. This is our dry fly. This floats on the water, and the fish will come and attack the top water. Here's another version of it. Now, there's not only just dry flies, there's a ton of different flies. I'm going to go over the very basics. 2 types you're going to see usually. Second type is a streamer, which is the one that's on my hat here too. These are the ones that are going to be pulled underwater. They're long, weigh a little more usually, don't float, take a little more time. So this is just a general idea of how fly fishing works. Like conventional lures, plastic, different kinds. These are all hand tied, real lightweight, all that kind of stuff. So to cast this, we need a fly rod. So that's where we're going to get into this fly rod. So the rod comes in 4 different pieces here. We have our top piece, middle piece, usually a thicker piece, and the bottom. So put this all together, it gets about average 9 foot we usually see. And at the very end we have the arbor, which is where all the line comes together. And this sits at the end of the line, goes down the rod. So this usually, unlike conventional fishing, where you're reeling in on the reel, this is the reel on the fly rod usually just holds the line. It's just there, just kind of keep it all together. And you do all the work of the reeling in or casting. So now, to get this line out, or if we're going to get this line out from the reel, we want to pull this line out, get the line out, and we're going to learn how to cast the line out, which is different. That's going to come on later in the speech. To get it in, we use a phrase called stripping, which we're going to have the rod in our right hand, and the line's on the index finger. This is our brake. We use to pull it in to hold it to the line. This is our excess line. So the strip, we're just going to take it and we're going to strip the line in. That's another thing. For bigger fish, tarpon, king salmon, stuff like that, that's when we're getting the reels, but these reels are a lot bigger. It's a whole different ball game. So that's kind of how we get the line in, line back out. So now let's learn how to throw the rod, or how the rod works, or how to cast it. So the idea of casting is we want to make the rod bend. That's where we're going to get all our force, because this line weighs a lot. So that's what we're trying to do. So basically, we're going to start out the rod in front of you. We're going to make the rod tip as straight line as possible. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the rod from the water, go up to 3 o'clock. We want to start with our elbow. This is going to make the rod bend back, and the line's going to shoot back behind us here, make this king-like shape. So when we have the rod, once we get it up here, we're going to go right back to where we started, and then stop again. And this is going to pop the line, just shoot out of the reel, just going to bust out. That's how we're going to get the line to go that way. So the idea is the timing is the biggest point here. So once we get the rod tip back, we want to make the U. For too early, the fly is going to fly down. If we're too late, the line's just going to snap and the fly's going to break off. That's not good. So this is the hardest part. The back cast is the most important. That's going to take the longest time. So when we get to the stop, we're going to abrupt stop, wait for the cane, and then throw it forward. That's going to make the line kind of sit out and lay down. Front cast is not important to the back cast, but this takes a lot of practice and time to kind of get the idea. So to wrap everything up, we have our fly. It goes on our rod, which is broken down to 4 parts. Mine is only the back part to show you. And then we have our cast, which is just up, stop, which is something you can kind of learn from. So, thank you, and have a good one.